Hey everybody, thank you guys for taking the time to check out this video and to learn more about what Kaci and I have going on here. If you guys are watching this, you're probably responding either to a Facebook video that I put out or to a message or something that I sent to you asking you to check out this video and learn more about this new business that Kaci and I are launching. And if you happen to stumble upon here on accident, I'm happy to have you here too. Stick around for a few minutes and listen to what's going on. Hopefully you'll love it and want to be a part of it. One, I'm here in my basement, so the lighting's a little shadowy, and the microphones may be a little echoey just with the sound of the basement. But what I wanted to share with you guys and talk to you about is this company called Apostle Sportswear that Kaci and I have started. Over the last few years, it's become clear in both of our lives for Kaci and I that we're supposed to pursue ministry on more of a full-time basis. And that's kind of led us to where we're at right now, where we created a Christian clothing line called Apostle Sportswear. And we're ready to launch that clothing line. And just kind of with the timing of everything, it's falling here on Super Bowl weekend that our website and everything is done. And basically it's ready to be launched. And so we thought we'd take this time and this opportunity on Super Bowl weekend to launch the business and let everybody know about it. Really hoping that everybody's going to be around friends and family this weekend as we do the Super Bowl. And that'd be a good opportunity for people to tell other people about Apostle Sportswear and to just kind of spread the news about what we're doing and get people to check out our website and to get involved and help out as best we can. For most of you on here, probably half of you know me and have known me a long time and kind of know my background and my story. But there may be some of you on here as well that don't know me. So I'm going to take just a couple minutes to really just kind of give some background on myself and what's led us up to this point so far. So again, my name is Darren Schroeder, if you guys don't know who I am. And my wife is Kaci Schroeder, and we've started a Christian clothing line called Apostle Sportswear. I became a believer at a pretty young age, around 9 years old, and grew up in the church basically, and was involved in the church locally and in the youth group, and in high school was involved in Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and was fortunate enough to get a scholarship to play football at Washburn University. And at Washburn, I was the president of our FCA group there for at least 3 years. And after football, Kaci and I got married shortly after we graduated college. And over the last 17 years, Kaci and I have been led and called to be a part of a lot of different ministries and just to serve the local church and to help people in a lot of different ways. We've been Sunday school teachers for children and middle school and youth and adult Sunday school. We've led Wednesday night ministries for the kids and the youth groups. We've led Vacation Bible School. We've done a lot of different outreaches to help families in need and provide food for families that needed it. And the last 5 years, we've been pretty heavily involved in homeless ministry here in Kansas City, where we go out on the streets of Kansas City and we really build relationships with the homeless, and we feed them, we give them clothes, we share the gospel with them. I partner with several other groups that work together on a Monday nights to do a church service underneath the bridge. We call that Church Under the Bridge. And some of you guys have probably been down there with me or have seen me post videos or maybe even donated money to the coats and sleeping bags and gloves and hats and all the things that we hand out down there. So thank you to any of you that are on here that have been a part of that. We appreciate the support and the prayers that have gone into all of that over the years. I'm going to kind of use some notes here to make sure I don't miss out on anything. So like I said, over the last few years, God made it clear to Kaci and I that we're supposed to start this ministry more on a full-time basis and figure out a way to fund ministry in general, how to spread the gospel and how to help others. And that's what God has led us to, this idea of creating a Christian clothing line whose purpose of the clothing line is to support spreading the gospel. We're going to use the profits from the company to help grow the homeless ministry that we have here in Kansas City, but really a bulk of those profits are going to go to missionaries around the world. And our goal is really to support hundreds, if not thousands, of different missionaries around the world by using the profits that are generated through this company. And we also, as part of the company, want to build a community of believers around the brand Apostle Sportswear that really encourages people to share the gospel wherever they're at. For God has blessed all believers with spiritual gifts, and we all have different interests and talents and abilities. And we want to build this community that really encourages people to take those gifts and use them to connect and interact with their community around them and to build relationships so that they ultimately can share the gospel with people that they know. And that's kind of the general idea of the company that we want to create. The name is Apostle Sportswear, but we don't want it to be just a sports or athletic type of a brand. We really want it to encompass all believers that have all types of different gifts and talents. If you guys know Kaci and I, we were both athletes in high school and athletes in college, but we're both artistic. We paint, and we draw, and we sculpt, and we're creative people. So we know just from personal experience that God has gifted people with a lot of different talents and abilities. So we don't want to pigeonhole ourselves as just an athletic or a sports brand, but we want the word sport to really take on a new meaning that encompasses everybody and really encompasses all the different interests and talents that we might have, and encourage people to use those talents, again, to engage the community that they live in and to connect with people and build relationships, and to use those talents to ultimately be able to share the gospel with people. So that is the heart of what we're doing as a company, and that's really what we're going for as we build and as we grow and as we launch this company this weekend. Again, I'm going to kind of cheat on my notes here and see where we're at. Again, we want to take advantage of the Super Bowl weekend that's coming up. Like I said, it's going to be a good opportunity for people to be around friends and family, maybe be around Sunday morning. You're going to be around your church family, and you can share about Apostle Sportswear with people there. Ask them to watch this video that you guys are watching now if they want to come on and be a part of the team that's going to help launch the company this weekend and kind of hopefully make everything go viral so people find out about us and jump on board and support what we have going on here as a mission, as a company. So this is what we want you guys to do. So basically, you guys are all here because we've asked you to help be a part of this launch as we go into this weekend. We're wanting to use word of mouth as well as social media to help spread the word about Apostle Sportswear and to let everybody know what we're doing and kind of what we're all about as a company. And there's a few different things. I'm going to kind of go through a checklist of different items that we're going to ask you guys to do to help us out. In the description of this video, there's actually going to be this checklist of things. So you can take notes right now and write it down, or you can look at the description. Look at the description of the video, and it'll have these steps in there that we want you guys to do to help us out. First of all, we want you guys to pray. We're asking you guys to pray for Apostle Sportswear, to pray for Kaci and I as we start this journey. Some of you that don't know, I quit my job at the end of September, and I've been working on building this brand and learning how to build websites and coming up with the design for the shirts and doing a lot of things that were website-wise were way out of my wheelhouse and caused to be honest, a lot of frustration and it was a struggle to get it done. So I've been doing that the last 4 months, and we are, we're all in on this thing. So pray for us, Kaci and I as a family. Pray for us as a company. Pray that God, blesses this business and really pray that God is glorified through this business. That's really what we want. And just pray that God guides us as we go, that we listen to Him and hear what He has for us, and that we follow His direction. Because that's all we want. We just want to be obedient to what God's called us to do, and whatever the results may be, they'll be, and we'll be happy with that. So just pray for us and pray for the business. So we appreciate that. That's the first one. Step number 2. I'd like for you guys to think of 3 to 5 people that you know that are good friends of yours, or people in your church that would really be interested in kind of joining us as part of this launch group of people that we're going to put together to help launch the business. And that would be talking to them tonight, tomorrow, or Sunday, and basically showing them this exact video that you guys are watching so that they can know what we're doing and kind of follow the directions of what's going on and be a part of this launch effort that we're going to do during the Super Bowl. In addition to those 3 to 5 people here locally, I'd also like for you to try to think of a few people that live outside of the state that you currently live, or outside of the major city or metro area that you live in, and ask them to get involved as well. And the idea behind that is that we're finding people in a lot of different geographical areas around the country. I know I have friends that are up in Oregon and Washington now. We've got friends in the Carolinas, friends in Georgia, friends and family in South Dakota, friends and family in Oklahoma. Different parts of the country. We all have friends and relatives and people that we've met over the years that are kind of scattered throughout the country. So the idea is to get as many people as we can in a lot of different areas to help basically geographically spread the word about Apostle Sportswear. So hopefully if we cover a bigger geographical area, that'll help the word about the company spread instead of just containing it to Kansas City. We really want to try to spread it around the country. So that's kind of the idea about that. Find 3 to 5 people here locally that would love to be a part of it, and then think of a few people in other states and around the country that would want to be a part of this as well. And so what I want you to do is personally call those people or text them, however you communicate with people. But do that tonight or do that tomorrow. But do that as soon as you can, so we can do this on Sunday with everybody and have them watch this exact video that's going to be on YouTube that you guys are watching right now. All right. Step 3. I would like for you guys to all subscribe or follow Apostle Sportswear on all the different social media platforms. So Apostle Sportswear, we have our website, which we'd love for you guys to check out, which is apostlesportswear.com. On Facebook, you can find us under Apostle Sportswear. On Twitter, we're at Apostle Sportswear. And YouTube, we're under Apostle Sportswear. And on Instagram, we're at Apostle Sports. So that's the only one that's a little bit different. Everything else is Apostle Sportswear. And at Instagram, it is Apostle Sports. So if you guys could subscribe, follow on all those different social media platforms, that would be great. If you don't personally use all those different platforms, that's okay. But definitely know that we're available on those platforms. So as you guys tell other people, they can find us there as well. And a lot of the things that we're going to do are going to involve social media, the next few steps, and we want those things to be shared on all the different social media platforms. Okay. The fourth thing, number 4. So this is going to take place on Super Bowl Sunday. Like I said, we're wanting to kind of use Super Bowl Sunday as the opportunity to be around a lot of people and get the word out. So on Sunday morning, if you guys are at church on Sunday morning, which you should be at church on Sunday morning, maybe Saturday night, some of you, but we want you to go ahead and start telling people about Apostle Sports and just kind of the general idea that we're this local, or for us here in Kansas City, that we're a Christian clothing brand that has a mission of using our profits to spread the gospel around the world to support missionaries. And then tell them about this video on YouTube, and then tell them that we're on all the other social media platforms, and let them kind of naturally check us out and be a part of what we have going on for Sunday. And you can invite them to be a part of this launch group that we're doing here. So that would be the first thing on Sunday, is to just kind of casually spread the word at church and with friends and family and people that you're talking to between now and Sunday. So Sunday afternoon, about 3 o'clock Central Time, what we would like to do is I'm going to have a video posted up on YouTube that will be called Apostle Sportswear Launch Video. All right. So it's just going to be a basic video basically of me telling people what Apostle Sportswear is, a little bit of the stuff that you guys have heard, who we are as a company, what our purpose is, what our mission is as a company, and just encouraging people to be a part of this journey that God has for us of supporting missionaries and spreading the gospel around the world. So that'll be the first video that we want you guys to share on social media. Definitely share it on Facebook. If you have all the other social media platforms, share it on there as well. And there'll be something posted on each of our platforms. There'll be something on our Twitter page, something on our Instagram page, and then something on our Facebook pages, as well as my personal Facebook page and Instagram page. So that would be what we want you guys to do at 3 o'clock on Sunday, a couple hours before the game starts, kind of get basically, get the word going. And when you guys share it, what we want you to do is instead of just sharing the video, share the video, but also write something that goes along with the video, whether you say that you personally know me, or that hey, take a look at this great company and what they're doing. Basically some way to pump up the video and ask people to share it as well. That's the key part. We want people to see it from your page, but specifically ask them to continue to share the video to other people. So that would be the thing. When you share the post, that you put something along with it to kind of pump up the video and ask them to share it as well, so that we get that growing effect, that exponential growth of multiple people sharing the video. So that's the 3 o'clock video. At 4:30, we want you guys to share another video that's going to be on our YouTube page. And again, same thing goes. It'll be on all of our different social media pages. It'll be on my personal pages as well. But the name of this video is going to be called John 3:17. One of our goals is to have the Bible verse John 3:17 kind of go viral during the Super Bowl. And most of you may know this, but John 3:17 is, "For God did not send his son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him." And so that's what we want the initial message for Apostle Sportswear to be to the world, is that God is not here to condemn them, but to save them, right? We want our initial message to the world to be that that God saves and that he's here. That's the whole point and purpose of our company, is to spread the gospel. And we want that little bit of confusion that may be out there, that a lot of people have heard of John 3:16, but not of John 3:17. So we want a little bit of that curiosity or confusion that may be out there when someone quotes a video of John 3:17. We want that intrigue to kind of be there, where it makes them curious to go look it up. But we're gonna have a video that just basically talks a little bit about John 3:17. It gives basically just a brief invitation to accept Jesus as your Savior. It's going to be a short video, but we want you to put that out there on all the social media platforms that you have. And again, encourage people to share that video. And then right after you share that video, there's also going to be a verse image or a graphic that has the verse John 3:17 written on it. And I'll post that on our Facebook page, our Instagram, our Twitter, and all my personal pages as well. And then if you could share that image afterwards, that would be great. And that way, that just kind of reinforces the video of the John 3:17. With all of these posts that we're doing, I'd also ask that you put hashtags on all the posts. One hashtag that we're using is "Until the Whole World Hears." There's a song that has that line in there, right? So hashtag "Until the Whole World Hears," and then we want to do hashtag John 3_17. That's the way that we need it written on the hashtag, John 3_17, and then hashtag Apostle Sportswear. So those would be the 3 hashtags that I'd like for you guys to put on all the posts that you guys send out there. That way, basically, any post that has those hashtags, it can all basically be connected through. If someone clicks on that hashtag, it'll bring them to all the different posts that people are putting out there with those hashtags on there. If you don't know what hashtag is, it's basically the number sign and then the phrase or the words that you're wanting to all mashed together, no spaces in there at all, right? So until the whole world hears, that's basically all one word right after the hashtag, no spaces. So that's how hashtags work if you're not familiar with that. And so that's what we want to do for Super Bowl Sunday. On Monday, we'll probably do a follow-up video that we'd ask you guys to post as well, Monday evening. And basically what that's going to be is kind of another little reintroduction of who Apostle Sportswear is as a company, but also a recap on, God willing, all the great things that happened this weekend because of what you guys are doing to help us out. So that is the general rundown of what we're going to do. That is it. You guys, probably most of you guys have a way to contact me, whether it's Facebook Messenger, on my personal page, Darren Schroeder, or through text or email. So if you guys have any questions, call me, text me, message me. And, if it's easier for us to talk to each other on the phone, message me what your number is, and we'll talk and kind of go over this again. But again, all these steps that we're talking about are going to be in the description of the video. The hashtags that we're talking about will be in the description, so you can copy and paste those and put them into all the posts that you do. But we're excited. We're super excited about what's going on. I want to get done here pretty quick. I don't want to keep you too much longer, but we're very excited about what God has planned for us. Kaci and I have had a lot of sleepless nights and put in a ton of work to get to this point, and we're excited for what God has planned for us as a company, as a family, and as individuals, and all that good stuff. So we're super grateful for all the help that you guys are offering. We love you guys. We thank you for everything. Again, watch this video again if you need to. Contact me, call me, and let's make this happen. Thank you guys so much. You guys are an answered prayer. It's just great to have you guys be a part of it. So thank you guys. I love you. Have a great day, and can't wait to see what happens.